Feminists oppose all forms of violence, exploitation, discrimination, and oppression of women. Feminists, as a thought continues, develop and has many schools of thought. However, the goal is still to fight equality and justice for women. The reason why we oppose feminists in K-pop is that we know that the trends of K-pop clothing is very feminine and so sexy for men. Especially countries that have Western culture, so this is dress trend can cause many problems, namely sexual harassment for women and who follow the dress trend. Currently, there are still many men who cannot contain their lust if their libido is increasing. Currently, there are so many trends, especially for teenagers, namely plastic surgery. This, of course, can be a bad example for other teenagers in accepting difference in their environment. Because with the high standard of beauty, the number of bullying against teenagers who have difference in both skin color, clothing style, hairstyle, and other difference.
K-pop industry has a big impact toward the community, so it can influence so many people in various aspects. For example, it influences the beauty standard, how we speak, and so on and so forth. And from that aspect, this can lead to some negative aspect that we want to avoid. We, the closing government, believe that we should oppose the K-pop industry so we can avoid the K-pop industry, so we can avoid the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario that we can take from this case is that society will have a negative aspect toward the woman community, such a toxic beauty standard and etc. We also understand that the status quo today is still bad towards women. So some men cannot hold their libido because some women use revealing clothes. K-pop industry tend to use miniskirt and some clothes that known as revealing clothes. This will cause some harm that we cannot control. We believe that opening government failed to explain what is the impact of K-pop industry. Instead, the opening opposition succeeded to explain it. They also intend to explain some of the toxic feminist traits such as banning all beauty standards and only focusing to negative aspects of beauty standard. Some of the toxic feminist traits that explained by the opening government already deviate from the explanation of feminist movement itself. And it's such a shame for them. We also believe that opening opposition are too ignorant. They only focusing to explain what will impact the K-pop industry, such as they will still maintaining their beauty standard. They didn't really talk about the feminist individual itself, how this impact will affect them individually. They didn't care that some of these beauty standards are too harsh and not acceptable for some people. Opening opposition also didn't clearly explain why we should not leave this motion. Instead,